Hello, hello. Welcome to Fempreneur True Confessions Podcast, Thanksgiving edition. It's Thanksgiving week.
Hi, everyone. Welcome in. I'm a little glitchy. So, yes, welcome into the Thanksgiving. We're already starting. I
Do we need to
apparently don't know
start
how to
over?
speak
Should we
this
start
morning.
over?
I think we're good. So. Definitely Thanksgiving. Good Lord. Hi, everyone. I'm Laura, and welcome. And I am a project manager, virtual assistant agency that is here to help women in business and in small businesses. We work with businesses to really get this stuff organized behind the scenes. As you can tell, I am my best client at this moment.
That is what they say. They say we are our client avatar, right? Um, and I feel like that's true. I feel like that's true. I feel like I am my target market. I am my what's the word? Not client avatar, but I am the women I serve. I am a woman that I serve. Um, so I think
Mm-hmm.
that's true. We are our best client, well, maybe not our best client, but
Yeah.
we're the perfect fit usually. Um, so I'm Angelique with Lady of Powerhouse Solutions. I do product and event management for female entrepreneurs who are already out there on fire, lighting up the world with their passion and their drive. And Lady Powerhouse Solutions is a way for them to partner with an agency that helps them fulfill their mission in the most authentic way that possible. That's kind of our goal, is just to help you be truly you and achieve that in whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether it's a podcast or um, a design project, a publishing project. What else? We do all the things. Like, they're the only projects I don't want really to attract or work on is IT and construction. So
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, yeah. And I love doing
Yeah.
events. Love, love, love doing events. I do several in-person events a month. I do several virtual events a month, all around networking. Um, so yeah, that's what we do. And Laura and I started this podcast. It's been 3 years this month.
Yeah.
I'm
The
thankful for
8th,
that.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that first week in
Absolutely.
October. Um, so today's episode being Thanksgiving week, we're recording in advance so that we can take that week off from this anyway, right? And so we felt like being gratitude would be a great theme for Thanksgiving. So today's podcast is called Grateful Not Perfect, and what this year taught us. So that's one thing I'm grateful for. I am grateful for this podcast. I love doing this podcast. That's the first thing I'm
I
grateful
do
for.
too. Yeah, I have to agree. I love being able to have this platform, this ability to meet the people we've met and have the conversations we've had and really just be true to that. Like, it's shifted through the years, the last 3 years, and but the conversations are still genuinely what they were in the beginning.
Oh, they've
They
gotten
haven't
better.
changed much.
I think they've gotten
Well,
even
yeah.
better.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, our platform, our format hasn't, but they just grow. Like, it's so organic in what's happened. Like, we've learned things through the years. Our podcast guests have definitely learned different things. They come back more than once, and then we learn a whole nother set of things. And it's just really interesting watching even how our guests and our viewers are growing, and how
Yeah.
that we were talking about ripple effects recently, and how that truly does ripple out. Sometimes coming on a podcast and just having that conversation creates even more of that ripple, where you may have said something that somebody else learned from, and there you go, it just kind of forward from there. So
Yeah. And I love how
Been so
gratitude
much
does tie
fun.
into our podcast and what we're about, because we're about authenticity and connection and empowerment.
Mhm.
And those are things that are if you have a gratitude practice, or you just practice gratitude in general, um, it kind of
Mhm.
just creates that authenticity. It creates connection, and it is does feel empowering when you're expressing gratitude for the good things that you have. Even, you know what, I'm grateful for the hard things too, because they've
Mhm.
challenged me and made me grow. They I hired a sales coach earlier this year, and he makes me so uncomfortable. But I still show up because I know that when I'm uncomfortable, it's making me grow, in an area that I needed to grow in. And actually, that's one unexpected thing that I am grateful for this year is I've never been afraid of doing something and failing, but I do get
Mhm.
uncomfortable when I'm put in a situation where I don't feel confident. That's really uncomfortable to me. Um, and so I think
Mhm.
that's one. What's one unexpected thing that you're grateful for this year?
Hmm.
Because I wasn't expecting that.
Unexpected. I'm grateful for this center. For those that know or don't know, I do an in-person contract throughout the week and throughout the month, and I love it. It's a little assisted living center, and I've gotten used to the people there and getting out of the house, and I've actually been really uh, not always my cup of tea. It wasn't something I did. I wasn't around older people growing up. I did not know how I was going to handle that. Some of them have let me know that my voice can be annoying, or that I talk a certain way because I'm not used to it. But I've really enjoyed it because not having that older generation around growing up, I didn't have my grandparents had pretty much passed or weren't with us in New York, and so I didn't have that older generation. And so now I'm getting that part, that I missed, I guess, along the way. I'm getting that kind of that feeling or whatever. And so yeah, I'm really grateful for that, which is an odd thing to be grateful for, I guess. But I'm enjoying the experience and really being able to get to know the people and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
and it was a choice. Like it doesn't come from the idea like this is something I have to do. I have to get up and I have to go do the thing and that kind of stuff. It comes from a different headspace when I'm there. So yeah, I definitely live in that.
Cool. Awesome. So that was for this year. Um,
Mhm.
what's something small, not so much that you're grateful for, but that brought you joy this week? I think, no, I know what it is. But anyway, what's something small that brought you joy this week? And while you're thinking about it, I'll give you some time to think about the questions that we're asking. We would love to hear your answers
Mhm.
as we're going into this week of Thanksgiving, right? Um, what's one unexpected, drop it in the comments, one unexpected thing that happened like this year. And then what's something small that brought you joy this week? And I think it's so easy to lose sight of that and fall out of presence
Mhm.
when it comes to the holidays and all the hectic and the things and the expectations and the rituals and the patterns and habits, and well, that's what we always do. The stuff starts coming up, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
I
I
think the
think
one
for
small
me,
thing. Oh, sorry, go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead, because
This is what we get when we're delayed. So I think the one small thing that brought me joy this week is, we have a new kitten, and he's just so darn cute. He
he
definitely
is.
brings me joy. Both of my cats do, but the kitten's energy has been just really nice to have.
I love that. I had some really good wins with for or my clients have really good wins, and I love that feeling. So for them and for me, that was great. Um, I happen to have a animal in heat right now, so our joy is coming from she is really extra affectionate, which means I'm not getting bit and beat up quite as much. She wants to be more loving right now, so we don't have the most cuddly dog, if nobody knows. She's still very much an energy puppy dog, and yeah, so when she's feeling snuggly and not like biting and combative, it's much easier. So I am taking that win. I get my little cuddle bug for however long this goes. But yeah.
Um, another question again, and I can't wait to hear what people say about this one because I know as soon as I saw this question, I was like, "Oh, that's a good one," and I know exactly what my answer is. But what song, smell, or moment instantly makes you feel thankful? And for me, it is crisp, cool fall air.
Hmm.
Um, that's just instantly makes me feel like, ah, you know. Um,
Hmm.
I'm in Florida right now, but I haven't actually I haven't spent the majority of my life here. The majority of my life has been much colder climates, much farther north, South Dakota for a while, Wyoming for a while, Oregon for a while, and then Illinois and Missouri, um, Kentucky, Louisiana, and now we're getting into the southern states where you don't see as cold as see it as cold, but the change in seasons that that first day where the it starts to get where you're like, oh, I need a jacket. I love
Hmm.
that. I really love that. And I'm like, oh, I'm so thankful. Here in Florida, we're thankful for the reprieve, right? Of the from the heat. So what about you? What song, smell, or moment instantly makes you feel thankful?
Song would be hard to pinpoint, though I have a couple. Mine more are like songs will pop in my head when I'm thinking about something. So I think songs for me are um, uh, like divinely guided. Like they're thrown into my head. Ancestors, angel guides, things like that. Throw songs. So those anything that comes in my head for that always make me feel calming, just because that song is coming from somewhere else. Um, I have to agree with you. Though I'm a spring baby and I really love the spring and summer. I have always looked forward to fall. The changing of the leaves, the way that the air feels, um, and just kind of knowing, kind of that, ooh, this is, it's bringing on winter, which is not my favorite space. So I think I always loved trying to hold on to fall. I think one of my favorite places is going to be back east. It was always back east during the fall. Though I will say in Colorado, the changing of the aspens in the mountains and even being able to see them from the city and then going out there into the mountains and seeing all that, that's beauty beyond, yeah, anything I've seen. Yeah, I love it.
Um,
Yeah.
so
So if you
shifting
can get to
gears,
Colorado,
I think most of the gratitude so far has been like mostly personal stuff. So for as entrepreneurs, so how does gratitude show up in our business and in our leadership in our entrepreneurial space? Um, so one of the questions that came up was, what are you most grateful for, even if it's wrapped as a challenge, even if it was wrapped as a challenge? Um, and I already said the sales coach, so I'm not going to use that one again. But
mm-hmm.
I have a particularly challenging client right now, um, or I did at first, uh, and it was wrapped as a challenge. But now she's like my biggest fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she's telling everybody how great I am. And so often, isn't that how these challenges are? They're like, oh, if you can get through this, you're gonna have some raving fans, or you're gonna have some other. It's like the pendulum. I remember
Yeah.
being in a really bad season or hard season many years ago, and somebody said, now remember, it's like a pendulum. Right now, everything feels really bad. And the worse it feels, that just means that pendulum's it's going to swing even harder to the benefits or the positivity or whatever good outcomes, right? They're going to
Mm-hmm.
come. So the harder this is right now, the better it's going to swing out into the goodness. And that
Mm-hmm.
just stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
And that when I think about the challenges, things that are wrapped as challenges. Um, I when I'm in that hard, challenging space, and I don't want to be there, it's uncomfortable, and I just want out of it. I'm like, nope. The longer you stay and sit and able to process and deal and cope, the better, the better it is going to be on the other side. Um,
Yeah.
and it really helps me to stay present and learn the lesson, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm really grateful for that lesson. I'm really grateful
Mm-hmm.
for that challenge that taught me that overall big encompassing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had an experience like that this year?
Um, this year a little bit less than in the beginning of business. I definitely had a lot more of that. The challenges were much bigger. This year, I felt the challenges and the pinch in um, you how does work, so because we deal with not only our clients, but we're dealing on the other side of leading and managing the teams that we put together for our clients. So, and you and I both do that in our business. So I think for me, starting to overcome or looking at different ways of overcoming the challenges when it comes to staffing and contractors and clients and people working together and pairing people up and stuff like that. Um, I think those were bigger challenges in business. Business was a little bit less of a challenge, where more so it's now the leading of people and building of all of that. And what does that look like? You and I have had conversations about, oh my God, because it's a two-sided headache where, you might only have a headache about one thing, but we're now having headaches in both worlds. So it, I, I love that challenge because that is going to make me grow. And I am so grateful for it because those are the things where, like I said, it's going to make me grow. It's going to help me out. My view on all of it changes. We are changing the world and the way what work looks like
Mm-hmm.
for the people that work in the businesses. Well, the only way to do that is to muck through what the change is going to be and what is that going to look like. And you and I are doing, creating such different businesses in the world that there is no blueprint. We're creating our own blueprint as we go. And so, yeah, it's definitely for me, I'm grateful for it. Um, I embrace them. There's a whole lot of F words and oh my gods and head banging moments and tears. There's been a few tears because you panic as a business owner, like, oh shit. But the truth is that, yep, the second that happens and you figure that out, and then you're like, hey, great addition to the blueprint, great idea about what can change. Now I get how I was feeling. So yeah, I'm real grateful for that. I'm grateful for the challenge in business when it comes to what does it look like to build it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Uh,
not always pretty and people.
right. Right. I know growing up, my mom was always very positive person. And I'm
Mhm.
sure that that influenced me uh, in a good way. But when I became an adult, I recognized that there was some toxicity in that
Mm-hmm.
toxic positivity, right? This idea of being so positive all the time that you're not really coping um, and processing adequately in order
Mm-hmm.
to be healthy and grow and be in a good mental headspace. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I, I, I don't think it was detrimental. I don't want to give that impression, but I can look back now as an adult and go, oh, I can see where that, that being so positive about things, no matter what, allowed
Mm-hmm.
people around me um, to escape accountability to a certain extent by just saying, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
everything it's all going to work out. It's going to be okay." You know, even though it looks like a shit show or a dumpster fire right now, um, everything's going to work
Mm-hmm.
out. But then not actually doing anything to help it work out. And I feel like that's the difference
Yeah.
between toxic positivity and genuine gratitude. And how to tell the difference between the two because I did question that. I'm like, okay, so what's the difference? What's the difference
Mm-hmm.
between being a positive person and not a negative Nelly?
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized my mom's name was Nellie, and I wonder if that ever came into play. Like, I don't want to be a negative Nelly, so I'm going to be a positive person. I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's how I tell the difference between this idea of toxic positivity and genuine gratitude because I feel like genuine gratitude has a different outcome than just being
Mm-hmm.
a positive person um, because when we have gratitude for the things that are in our life, hard or easy, good or bad, right? um, well it creates space to get more of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And um, I think it's just a more of a mindset than and a
Mm-hmm.
practice. Um, I used to do, and I want to get back to it, but we've gone through several iterations. So I used to do a gratitude journal where I get up and I do 10 things that I'm grateful for. And then
Mm-hmm.
on the one page of the journal and on the other side of the journal, and this is from The Secret, you would say that you're grateful for something that hasn't happened yet, but you say it as if it has. You write it down as if
Mm-hmm.
it has. I am grateful that this court case is over. I would write that over and over and over. And I am
Yeah.
grateful that that court case is over finally. I could
Right.
say that. And I reflect and go, oh wow, I wonder if I had said it with as much conviction as I just did. If it had happened, if it would happen sooner. But I do also believe in divine timing. So there's that. Um, and then
Yeah.
we have mala beads, and so we would take turns saying what we were grateful for until we got through all of them. And I can't remember how many are on a mala bead necklace. It's not a small number. Do you remember?
Remember? No.
Uh, well, do you have like any kind of, and those are great, but even though we do them, after a while they feel very perfunctory and rote, and and you need to change what you do. Um, and I feel like that's why I feel like okay, instead of just saying it, now I feel like I want to go back to writing it. What works for you?
Mm-hmm. So writing isn't my favorite. Um, for me, it's kind of an all. I do a lot of. Oh, thank you, universe. I do the little celebrations. Um, about kind of every little thing in the world. Like the other day, going outside and seeing like I was having a little bit of a rough day, and all of a sudden there were birds and squirrels, and there's butterflies and dragonflies in my yard, and it was just a reminder of okay, take a deep breath, the world is, okay. And really kind of moving through it that way. I am I'm like you. I There is a toxic positivity. Everything cannot be love and light. We all face challenges. And if all we do is smile through it and say that it's okay, we're not truly facing it. And at some point, we
Yeah.
all get forced to face everything that and family side. So I've embraced my side and my positive side together. Like when you, but I can always get to that. Okay, it's okay. I can see where I'm at. I just needed to get it out. So if I can verbalize it, if I can talk through it, if I can yell or scream or sing or do something that releases the initial oh my god trigger for me, because I'm an emotional wave. Me and Angelique are in coaching together, and she's heard this before. So from our coach regularly, but I'm an emotional wave, and I have riding the wave can be very hard. So my ups and downs, they go, and I just write it, right? So when Angelique and I talk, or when I talk to other people, it's a and then yay, and then and I could swear people thought I was bipolar for a long time, because I'll quickly get over something, and then I'll re-trigger in the moment, and then I'll get over it, and then it becomes less and less and just goes away. Like I forget that I was even mad most of the time. But I needed to get through it. Like I needed to be angry. I needed to process. So for me, it's more so just not sitting in that. It always has to be love and light, which was the thought initially when you first, or when I first started my spiritual journey. Like you're really trying to only find love and light, and then it was your dark shadow and the trying
Mhm.
to face all of that was the dark night of the soul. There you go. And in doing that, realizing that positivity and too much on one side, negative, positive, that wasn't the ultimate goal. Like, yes, I can be positive, but authentically, yeah, I have triggers. I'm a reactive person, and then my reactions are just less and less, and they become more positives quicker, or I see a better side of it, which I've always been good at seeing both sides. I just need that initial anger, the initial part that comes out, to just go ahead and release. And then I can come into that balance of seeing things from both sides and get to the positive. But um, people are always up where they never show the down. I have a hard time trusting in, like, if you life's never been difficult. You've never screamed, cussed, punched a wall, done something, like never. You've always just been bubbly, and like I don't believe that. That's an authenticity that doesn't exist for me. So yeah, it's highly toxic when I see people that way. And I love that they're like that. Yay for them. That's their journey. But for me, it seems so inauthentic. It just
Yeah.
is, it's very interesting. I see it as toxic for them, Um, but I try to avoid anything extreme on one side for any long period of time. I give myself that emotional wave, which sometimes can be very big, but I don't sit in it. I don't stay in it. I observe, not absorb
Mhm.
most of the time when it
Yeah.
comes to that. Yeah. Trying
Um,
to kick out what's not mine.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't.
So with the last few minutes, want to challenge people, but also it's more of an invitation, right? To
Mhm.
to create this gratitude chain. Excuse me. So I think it would be so cool to see this on our social media. But and so each of us will go out and do this as well. But we want you to go into the comments for this post because this will post on all the places, right? Um, It'll be promoted in all our social media. So wherever you're seeing this or hearing this, please drop a comment and tag another woman, another female entrepreneur, or just maybe another woman that has helped you this year that you're thankful for. And share if you can, if you want to, that's something that you're grateful for in their work or in their how they supported you. I think that I would just really love to see that. And I want to shout out to, and I was sitting here thinking like, who am I really grateful for? And my mind immediately went to, well, you should be grateful for, you should be, I started shitting on myself for the people that, have brought you work, that have, provided for you. But to be honest, um, I'm most grateful for a particular person that will remain nameless, because I really doubt that they even listen to the podcast, that they even know that the challenges that they posed to me as an individual really created a lot of growth for me. Um, and it was, their intentions were not good, but that's okay. I'm still grateful for that person and who they are. Um, and even though their intentions weren't good, I still came out on the other side with a really, really powerful lesson, and I learned something really important about myself. Um, so I'm not going to be able to tag that person, um, because it was, for obvious reasons, but um, I will find someone else that I can tag and tag them in the comments. What about you, Laura? Do you have another woman that you can shout out, or business that you're thankful for this year?
I Yeah, I have several. I don't know. There's just one. I think I'm grateful for a movement. I'm grateful for the challenges, like you said. But I'm grateful to one particular woman in my life. Um, it isn't that it was challenging, that it was allowed growth. So I have people in my world that are not yes men. And so I have my band-aid rippers for sure. Um, and it was just somebody who stayed kind of in my face and ripped off band-aids and things. I'm not gonna be able to tag this person either. They're not on social media. Um, but it was those moments of, hey, Laura, I need you to look at this way and get it done and do the things and that kind of thing. Or, this is happening and stuff like that. So, um, I kind of follow that same suit with you. I think for me, because I don't do social media very often, a lot of my stuff comes from those personal conversations, that aren't of people that aren't on social media. Like, I have people I talk to that I never friended on media. So, but I will definitely, all the people for me, again, like you said, clients. I have a couple of clients that have become just really amazing support. Um, and they're doing really wonderful in their business and watching them grow and things like that. So I'll be sure to be tagging all of them and telling those stories within. So I do
Yeah,
have a couple off social media that I don't think they realize. And it's just simple conversations, but I walked away from a lot of people in the last few years, and I already had a small group as it stood. I mean, most people that know my group was tiny. But I've walked away from a lot of that. Like, I feel like a true past, like an entire life, people have kind of disappeared. So the new ones that have come in mean a lot, and I am definitely very grateful for that, and me being able to be authentic in who I am. Um, we walk away from people that it was much harder to just be like, I am who I am, and that's a great feeling, so
Yeah. Yeah.
if that answered it,
And
probably
it
didn't, because
segues really,
my
really well.
ADHD just went off somewhere. Huh?
But I think that segues really well into the closing prompt for our listeners, which is to think of one person that you haven't thanked yet this year, and reach out to them this week. And whether it's with a um, with an email or a note or a text. That's one thing I love doing, is just texting random people and going, I was thinking about you today, because I really was. Not because I made that up, an excuse. Really was thinking about you, and I hope you're well.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Or, send them a reel on Facebook or what have you. But think of one person that you haven't thanked this
Mm-hmm.
year, or lately, and reach out to them this week and let them know that you are grateful for them. Laura, I am grateful for you. So grateful for you that you came into my life, and stalked me, and that we connected, and that we've done this podcast project together. It's been a wonderful, wonderful ride. I'm so enjoying it so much. So I'm grateful for you, my dear.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Like it's a lot. I don't know if you guys understand that me and Angelique have to challenge each other. We don't always think the same. And some of our biggest tests are with each other, because sometimes I come to her with something I've got to do. So she gives this, she gives that, and we don't always agree. We find our way around things. Um, but it's I'm grateful for that. It's You're not going to be the yes man. We are going to have different ideas. We get to be different people, but we get to come together and be different people, but still support each other and love each other. So it's great, because we are in different groups together. Angelique and I spend a lot more time together than I do others. But that's kind of the beauty of it, is that we've grown this podcast, but then we also do coaching together, and we work together, and we do different things. So
Yeah.
it's grown into so much. Again, what we hope to change within the workforce and in collaboration, stuff like that, we've just really been not even kind of just falling into it, not planning it, but we've just kind of been what we're hoping to build. And
Mhm.
it's so interesting to really watch that happen. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited, because
It's been
Angelique's been
really
here for
cool.
the crazy. Just Yeah, I'm grateful for that, because things can't be easy. We talk about all the time, and I'm like, oh god, I cannot be the easiest person to deal with. I have heard that my whole life, and I'm very well aware of it. So
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
find people that are willing to see past that and be like, okay, she's not going to be easy today. She's not going to be easy on me today. Um, then when you kind of figure that out about me, and you can still see past that, that's what I'm always so grateful for and so happy, because you see past it, and it's like, oh yay, she's good to love me, even though I just talked a whole lot of shit. Oh my god, I didn't mean to get mad at you, but and we do take our anger out on each other from time to time. There are moments where I'm like, "Rrr," and she gets the blunt of it, because those are the conversations I'm having in that moment. So yeah,
Yeah.
you do take on a lot, and I appreciate that, and I'm really grateful for it as well, because
Awesome.
it can be hard. We've never pretended that
Yeah.
this is easy,
And
not in
no,
business, not
no.
in
And I think that's a good landing point, is that gratitude doesn't make it easy. I think it makes it easier
Mhm,
than it makes the hard easier.
mhm.
It makes the
Yeah.
hard easier.
Mhm.
So on that note, we
No.
we wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving, with your. I'm going to be with family. Um, and I'm so looking forward to seeing my grandbabies and my daughters. And So we hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you're going to see them. Ours is going to be quiet, so yeah.
Yeah, I doubt mine will be quiet, or it's gonna be we're gonna be traveling for days. But I love that shit. So I'm gonna be happy as a clam, happy camper. That'll be me.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys next week. I don't remember who we're seeing or who we're with, but it'll be great nonetheless.
Yeah, it'll unfold in the wash. Bye, everyone.